Durgee, and today I'll be talking about the god of small things. God of small things. You see what I did there? I tried matching my outfit with the cover if it's not very obvious already. And this is something I considered the last time I did the video. I was like, oh, I have a green top, I have a green book, so why not like put them together and make a cute thing out of it. So I like this idea, but don't expect this from me all the time because I don't have that many clothes. I'll try my maximum to do this if you like it, but no guarantee. Okay. Also, look at the new setup, the plant with the emoji. My assistant made this for me. My assistant who is behind the camera. Thank you so much. He did this for me, and this is very cute. So the thing is, I shouldn't be this happy when I'm going to talk about this book because this book is sad as fuck. There is nothing happy about this book. Okay, so today I'll be sad. I'll be sad today because this book is very sad. And to anyone who's struggling with your life right now, or you're at a point where you want to like give up, please don't read this book. Please don't. If you want to be happy, go read, the Reader's Digest or the Harry Potter books. Yeah, so this is the book I'll be talking about today. And it is very sad. I don't even want to talk about this book. Also, this is also the 20th anniversary edition. I don't know why I get like anniversary editions, but the last book was the 25th anniversary edition. This is the 20th anniversary edition. So yeah, and I got this book for very cheap. I think that is the reason. This book, it's very famous. I don't think there is anyone who hasn't read this book. Like readers, I think all of the book readers in this world has read this book because it's very famous. And it won the Booker Prize in 1997. So it's very famous, and this was the debut novel of Arundhati Roy. She's a very amazing woman. Please read about her. She's not just a writer, she's an activist. She's a badass woman. So please read about her if you don't know anything about her. And it is, an award-winning novel for a reason. It has a lot of award-winning elements, which is things like, making people cry and making people contemplate their whole life and making people realize that their life is pointless sometimes. So yeah, that is what this book's about. When I first heard about this book, the God of Small Things, the title, I wondered why she named it that way. Like, there are books which have a peculiar title, and then you don't know why the name is that way, because as you're reading, you don't get why the book is named that way. And at some point in the book, you'll realize how the book got the name, and the title of this book makes sense almost from the beginning, but it makes a really big sense as it gets towards the end. In the last chapter is where we realize why the book is named The God of Small Things. And you'll have to read it to find out. I will not be telling you anything, I will not be spoiling anything. You have to read this. This is a small book, okay? And it is very famous. So if you are a reader, and if you call yourself a reader, what am I saying? If you call yourself a reader, and if you haven't read this book, you should be ashamed of yourself, because this book is very famous, okay? So please, if you haven't read it yet, please read it. Please. Okay, the God of Small Things again. This book is very beautifully written. Even the contents of the book is very nice. Like the chapter's names: Paradise, Pickles and Preserves, Papachi Smooth, Big Man, The Laltane, Small Man, The Mombati, Abhilash Talkies. You wouldn't get anything if you read the contents. You won't be able to figure out, oh, this book is about this. Because the contents, what is the contents for? So you'll know what the book is, what you're in for. So you'll know what's the content of the book. If you read the contents of this book, oh, I'm really sorry for all the pains. Please don't come at me for that. I'm sorry. Okay. So the thing is, if you read the contents of the book, you will not get anything. It is very, very insightful. It's just random chapters and random words, and it doesn't make any sense. But the names are itself like very literary and very poetic. She put a lot of thought in the contents or the chapters' names. Now I'll talk about what I liked about the book. I liked the book, and I wanted to read it again. I tried reading it again, but I just couldn't, because it makes me sad. From the beginning till the end of the book, it's sad. Okay, it's very real, it's raw, and it's sad. There is nothing to be happy about. Okay, there is nothing to be happy about. Don't think you will find anything pleasant in this. Like, you will find witty things like humor here and there, a little bit of intelligent humor sometimes, and a little bit of funny stuff. But it's all laced with the kind of melancholy. It's all laced with sadness. There's a little sprinkle of wit here and there, but the inherent emotion in this book is sadness and tragedy and depression. So yeah, that is what I use those words to sum up this book. It's very beautifully written. Arundhati Roy is chef's kiss, and she has done a lot of work into this book. And every sentence is so complex, not in the sense that it's like complex English. It's complex in a way that you have to read each sentence. This is not a book you can just skim through and you just want to learn the story. We used to do that, right? If you want to know the story, just the story, we skip mundane parts. If they're describing the nature, or if they're describing someone and it's very long, we just tend to skip those portions and go to like more happening pages. But you can't do that with this book. Each line is poetic. Everything is connected to something. And even in some places, I don't understand what she's talking about. Like she subtly puts politics here, and then a little bit of thing about casteism, a little bit of classism, a little bit of communism, a little bit of capitalism, a little bit of everything. So she subtly puts all of these things in all of the lines, okay, all of the chapters. She doesn't talk about it blatantly. She doesn't go like, oh my god, the politics, I hate what is happening in this country. The country is going to hell, or our state is in hell. She doesn't talk like that. But she still puts, politics and casteism here and there. And casteism is a really big thing that is being portrayed in the book. You'll understand why. The societal mindset of considering caste as a very big part of life. So that is discussed a lot in this book, but not directly, only like indirectly and subtly, not in your face. It's there and you can see it when you read it, but it's not everywhere. It's very very beautiful. It's the way she is written is very beautiful. There's a paragraph on page number 32. I'll read it out. It's not any spoiler or anything, but it's a very, it almost sums up the whole book. It almost sums up all our lives, and our lives, by our lives I mean like normal people, real life. And this one paragraph is everything that our lives are about. Everyone's life is just this one paragraph. You don't have to read further to learn what life is about. So I'll just read it out. In a purely practical sense, it would probably be correct to say that it all began when Sophie Mall came to Eminem. Perhaps it's true that things can change in a day, that a few dozen hours can affect the outcome of whole lifetimes, and that when they do, those few dozen hours, like the salvaged remains of a burned house, the charred clock, the singed photograph, the scorched furniture, must be resurrected from the ruins and examined, preserved, accounted for. This is one little paragraph that I loved very much about the book. It just sums up, our life, not just the book, but our whole lives, okay? So this is one paragraph that I will always remember and I'll always keep close to my heart. So this story revolves around a family, a big Orthodox Christian family, and the main characters are, you can say, three people. So there are three people. The three people are the main characters, and the protagonists, I wouldn't say it because these people are very flawed and like us, very yeah. So the three characters, one is Rahel, I think that is how it's pronounced. Then it's Estapin or Estha, and the third one is Ammu. These are the three main characters. And the reason I said it's three characters or two characters is because Estha and Rahel are twins. There is a word used for them. I don't know, monozygotic. I don't know if that's the word, but there is a word used for them. They are basically twins born from the same egg. They fertilized from the same egg, but they were born 18 minutes difference. Yeah, Esteban was born first, and then after 18 minutes, Rahel was born. So they are twins, and that is why I told you guys that it's three characters, but two characters. If you want to, you can say it's two characters because Rahel and Esteban is a unit. They from childhood they've been one person. It's two bodies and one soul. That is the thing with them. So they can understand each other without talking to each other. The basic twin things, okay, weird, creepy twin things, they can do that. And then there is Ammu. Ammu is their mother, and she is also a very broken but strong woman. I really liked her character. She is very motherly. At the same time, she is very reckless. So these are two things that usually don't go well together because a mother is usually considered very affectionate, very organized, very cautious, very careful. But Ammu is a very good mother to her children, but she's also very reckless. These are two things that doesn't go well together. Okay. So these are the three main characters, and there are other like small characters, but I wouldn't say small characters because these, even the minor characters play a very big role in the book. Not because they have like something to contribute or they contribute something to the plot line, but because they are human beings, okay, and they are family. Family affects everyone. If you are a unit, if you are a family, everyone affects everyone else. Everything you do reflects somewhere else. So every character in this book has done something very small, maybe it's very big, but it has importance. Yeah. So the Arundhati Roy has written something very beautiful in the beginning. I'll read it out. It says that never again will a single story be told as though it's the only one. How amazing is that? Like, I'll repeat it, okay? Never again will a single story be told as though it's the only one. That blew my mind, okay? Not because it's, buying it up. Sorry, native language. I'm sorry. Okay. Not because it's a very revolutionary idea, but because it's very simple, okay? It says that never again will a story be told as if it's the only one. Because I can't tell my story with only me in it. I cannot, even if I try to. Even if I am a narcissist and I only want to talk about myself, I cannot, okay? If I start telling my story, I will have to talk about 1,000 other people, good and bad. I can't tell a linear story. I already can't tell a story in a linear way because most of the times I end up forgetting, that I have to keep spoilers towards the end. But then I'm like, I spoil the movie first and then I talk about what's happening next. And I'll be like, oh, oops, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah, so that's what I do. Okay, let's come back to our book. That is what the characters are here. They don't do much. They are just, human beings doing human being things, but they influence the story a lot. All of the stories matter. Even the most insignificant character is portrayed in a way that we remember them. Okay, I remember all of the characters, or I think so. I feel like I remember all of the characters because I read this book 1 year ago. Yeah, this book also I read 1 year ago, and I just refreshed my memory, and I think I remember a lot of characters and what happened with them and how they turned out to be. So yeah, three main characters. Who are they? Oh, no, I'm not teaching you people. Sorry, it's Estha, Rahel, and Ammu. So these are the three main characters, and the story revolves around them and the things that's happening in their life. Their family is very malfunctioning family, if you might add. Like most families are malfunctioning. But this is like a very messed up family, okay? Very messed up family. All of these people. But the thing is, these messed up people are not fictional. You can see these people around you too, if you look closely. Okay, so these people exist everywhere. That is the problem. That is why I said this book is like very uncomfortable to read. You read a character and you're like, oh, this is my, beep, beep, beep. I remember this person from school or from college or from my home or from my neighborhood or from my state or from my country. You know these people, okay? You've seen these people. These people are not fictional. So yeah, that is the thing. All of these people are human beings and they like do shitty human things, good human things. Most of the time, shitty human things. So that is what the book is about. And the thing I liked most about the book, usually I am a person who doesn't like to read, insignificant things. Like, if the story is not going forward and you're just explaining what the river is like, or what the nature is like, or what someone's hair looks like, or what they're wearing, I get bored. I'm sorry, but I get bored when I read such things. I just want the story to go forward. And I remember in school I used to skim through a lot of books. I just hate the fact that they keep explaining. Maybe I was not very intelligent back then, or maybe I didn't have the emotional intelligence to understand finely written pieces of literature. But I hated it. I did not want to read about the breakfast or how the texture of the breakfast is, or how the breakfast was made. If it doesn't do anything to the plot, if it is insignificant, if removing that paragraph doesn't do anything to the story, please don't give it to me. I will not read it. I'll just skim through it. But this book is a winner right there for that, because everything is intricately defined. Everything is intricately, explained, and it's very beautiful. The thing is, the story is set in Kerala, in a small place called Aymanam. It's very local village kind of place, and it's set in Kerala. So Arundhati Roy has a way of using lots of comparisons. She'll just explain things, even the most disgusting things maybe, but she explains it in a very beautiful way. So you can picture everything as you read. If you are a very good reader and you like picturing things in your head, this is very good for you, because you can just keep reeling the pictures in your head as she's explaining. It's very beautiful, and it doesn't feel like it's there to fill the gap, or it's there to incorporate something else. It's not that. It's very unique, and it stands alone. So if you remove the description, maybe it won't change anything about the story or the plot, but it will change a lot of things about the book, because the book has a lot of those kind of descriptions and explanations and beautiful snippets of the countryside, or the village, or the people, the house they live in, everything. It's very beautifully explained. There's a lot of tragedies, there's a lot of sad things, but I won't tell you what the sad things are or the tragedies are. I want you to read and suffer. So please go read and suffer like I did, okay? It is also very interesting to see that she has incorporated a lot of big issues in this book in very subtle ways, maybe in very small ways. Maybe that's why this book is the God of Small Things. That is not the reason this book is the God of Small Things. Okay, that is my interpretation. Okay, so it is very subtly explained a lot of things. Caste mainly, casteism mainly, classism, politics. This book cannot be explained and just told by a random 22-year-old in a video. I can't do that because I'm not qualified yet. This book should be read, because every sentence is poetic, is very interesting. So what I was saying is, the last book I was like, okay, if you want to read, you read, because it's a very big book. It's a very big investment. You'll have to give your lot of time to that. But this book, please read, okay? This I cannot sum up in a video, because it's not like things are happening all the time and you can just say this happened first, and then this happened, and then this happened, and the hero died, and the villain won, and blah blah blah. That is not this book. You can't do that with this book. And I would like you to feel the same about the book. So I would like you guys to read this book and suffer like I did, but also get lot of appreciation for Arundhati Roy and her writing skills. Disclaimer: if you are going through a very low phase in life and maybe if you want to feel comfort and know that even fictional people can suffer, maybe you can read it if you are comfortable with that. But if you want to chill, and if you want to find something that makes you happy, or something that gives you peace, do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. Please don't. If you are going through a very low phase in your life, please don't read this book. And if you are just sitting around doing nothing and you want to feel something, read the book. You will be very sad. The only chapter I found a little comforting was, I think, the last chapters. Not because it's a very happy ending or anything. It's not a happy ending, but those chapters gave me some kind of relief. I was going through the denial phase and I wanted to cope. So I pretended like that is the only chapter in this book. I pretended like the story ended there and nothing else happened. I was in a phase of denial, because I was like, no, it didn't happen. Nothing that I read before this happened. This is the only chapter that happened. This is the happy ending, and this is it. You will understand why I said this when you read the book towards the last chapter. You will understand why. That is the only thing I found comforting about this book. So that's about the book. And if you liked my video and you want more of this, please comment below if you have any suggestions on which book I should talk about next. And I'll, consider those books in the coming videos. And if I have missed anything, or if I have given you any misinformation, or if I had said anything wrong or incorrect about the book, please let me know in the comments. And that's all about today's video. And thank you. Bye bye.